Antichrist magazine. This is the design abstract. Oh god. I'm gonna get that on like as like a live, laugh, love. We'll get it in post.
We'll get it in post in nice cursive. That'd be great. I get a nice one of those wood painted things of that.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing. That would really just make the studio into a home.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Antichrist magazine. We are the Design Abstract. We're a symphonic melodic death metal band from Ontario, Canada.
That's right, eh?
So the Design Abstract, it was originally just called Design with a dot, and you had to write the dot every time, and it made sentences really confusing to read, and it was impossible to search for on Google. That was when it was just a solo project, it was just me. So when I added members, I also added the and abstract. It doesn't really mean anything, I just like the word abstract. You could kind of give it meaning that it implies that it's like a blueprint or something that you're to construct in the future, but it isn't really. It's just words basically.
That's all names are just words, aren't they?
Yeah, it's true. It would be funny if we came up with a new story every single time. That would be a lot of effort.
Found it in a book, the back of a library.
I really liked Abstract, the Art of Design on Netflix.
It's my favorite series.
Yeah.
I like.
I want to be sure if you searched for us, you found them.
That's right. Go to them first.
Yeah. I should watch it though, just to know what I'm getting into when I make jokes like that.
Oh, it's pretty good actually. I'm a fan.
Nice. Okay, so Technotheism is a 13 track concept album that deals with a cyberpunk future where the singularity has overtaken the vast majority of mankind, and there's but few survivors who live off planet and are trying to fight to maintain human consciousness before it's absorbed into the machine. It's a symphonic album. It has a lot of industrial and electronic elements to it. And I started working on it in 2017, I think shortly after Logan joined the band, I think. It's kind of fuzzy.
Was it before?
Was it before?
I think so. I think you had a blueprint. Something.
Did I have Apotheosis already?
I think so.
Wow.
I think so. Seems like that song has always existed, so.
Damn.
Yeah.
Good to me. Crowning achievement. Yeah, I sort of just did. Yeah, it's the lyrics tell the story of a small group of rebels who are fighting to regain control of humanity and the world from the robots, more or less. There are emotional aspects to the lyrics. They're open for interpretation, but at the core of it, it does just tell a start to finish story. It's just a cyberpunk narrative, basically, and all of the lyrics tie into that in one way or the other. Some are more abstracted than others, some are very, very literal, but they all just tell a story in order, sort of like chapters. Yes, it was done by a very talented artist named Roger Creus. I think that's how to pronounce his last name. It was not a commission, it was a license. He had already done the piece, and all I did was crop it into a square and make it red and purple and the lyrics, or put the words on it. He's a very good artist, and you should check him out on Instagram, Roger Creus. He does some great stuff, and he was like super great to work with. Like, we needed some additional assets, and he was like right there with them. Like, he was super supportive. He really likes the album. He's a great guy. Highly recommended. Awesome artist.
Yep, jumped right in there. His animations are crazy.
I haven't seen them. I'm a poser.
Oh, they're so good. Well, it's just everything on his Instagram. Like, he's It looks like he's done some commercials, and they're just like, holy crap.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, those guys are great. You know, they're always so they're so easy to work with. Really, you feel like you walk into the room, you already know who they are, what they're all about, what their goals are. I mean, it's just us. The joke is, it's just us.
Yeah. The joke is, Abstracted Records is us. It's a group of bands that are in various genres that we didn't want to make pages for every single individual one. Hollow Again, Logan's project, Loremaster, my project, Voyaside, a few other kind of punk, grunge, that sort of thing bands. They all come together to Abstracted Records, but the core of it is me and Logan and a few additional people. So can't recommend Abstracted Records enough.
Oh man,
great guys.
Go check them out.
They know exactly what we want.
Yeah, yeah. In that sense, very easy to work with, like I said. Oh god, I mean, we'd be here for hours if we wanted to answer this in earnest, really. I think.
Yeah, we've talked about this a lot. It's a solid question. I think we've kind of come to the conclusion that if a label can offer us something that we can't feasibly do on our own, like a lot better than we can do it on our own, then we would definitely consider it. Mm-hmm. But we're also striving for legitimacy and growth in Abstracted Records. As much as we joke about it just being us, that is a goal.
Yeah, for sure. Being able to offer things to other artists would be is cool. I like that. I like the sense of independence that we already have. But yeah, if someone's gonna step up and do it for us, by all means.
We are not gonna say no.
No, yeah. Give me more time to make music. That's fine.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it comes down to. So we can do our job better.
Yeah.
We're not going to say no to that.
To actually answer the question, yeah, it's like it's not important. It's not a priority, but it would be nice, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. It's possible to make music without a label. It's not that important. Like, the key is music, and if it speaks for itself, it's going to get out there no matter what. Hopefully. Exactly. I mean. Yeah.
Release radar. Oh, Technotheism was great. I mean, start to finish. Just a. Oh man. I'm. Have you heard the new Soen album? It's really good.
I'm heard the single.
Okay.
Yeah, it didn't even come. I didn't even know there was a new one.
Oh yeah.
I will check it out.
It's pretty new.
I'm so behind with releases because once the band stops making music that I like, I just ignore everything, and so I have to come back to it. So like recently, I listened to the new Dimmu Borgir album. It came out in like 2016 or something, and like the new Star Symmetry album, which also came out in 2016. Like. It's like, I don't know, to me that's new because it's the last thing they've done. Mm-hmm. And so it's like, well, I haven't heard it and they haven't made anything newer, so it's new. So there's a local Toronto guy under the name Malice Divine, and he dropped a new single. I think the album's coming out soon if it isn't it already. And do really like it. That music impressed me. It got me back into listening to Dissection and Thule Chandra again, which I hadn't listened to for a while, and I dig it even more this time than I did last time.
There you go. Is this the place to talk about Billie Eilish, or? I like Therefore I Am. The one after that was I couldn't really get into it, but I guess it doesn't really impress me. We're not gonna talk about that. What really impressed me was the new Blue Oyster Cult album. Actually, that was really fun. It's still from last year, but it's new-ish. It was good. I didn't think they were still around making music, but they released a whole new album, and it's awesome.
I have not heard that name in a while.
You're right. So
NGL.
I'll just do some research.
We're gonna hang on this question for a while, which is good. It's almost like questions.
We could probably go on and on.
The new Dark Tranquility album was interesting. I don't know. His vocal sounded different, and the production was like very, very soft and very smooth. It was really cool. I was impressed by how much clean vocals. I'm not just trying to add the word impressed into this, but like he really upped the clean vocals in terms of range and frequency, and I really liked it. And I was really blown away by the new Catatonia album as well. Behind the Blood, like a hell of a song, and like Jonas's vocals have gotten consistently better every album. He's so good. He's so good. Yeah, those are new.
I haven't heard any of those, but I am intrigued by the Dark Tranquility. Actual metal that impressed me. Abyss by Unleash the Archers. That was a fun ride, beginning to end. Finished off the Apex narrative. I listened to it on repeat in the car, so yeah, I guess it's got something good going for it. I mean, currently it has affected tours, live shows, and I think a few studio things here and there. But yeah, being that we're not really in the scene, as it were, I can't really say. I'm not. Yeah, I feel like I'm not the person to ask.
Yeah, I would say bands, labels, and especially big, like, what's the word? Big festivals. Obviously, they're all going to hurt in different ways because bands can just keep making albums and keep on trying to sell their merch on the internet. Festivals, like, kind of all they've got is merch. Like, I've seen, like, even if festivals are canceled, they're just still selling shirts to try to stay afloat, and like that sucks in a different way. It kind of sucks for everybody. It didn't, like, you know, the whole COVID ordeal is like pretty terrible across the board, but like as far as local music goes, it didn't really affect me because I rarely leave my house anyway. It just kind of gave me more time to do what I was already doing, as crazy as that sounds. But as far as how it will affect music in the future, I assume that venues are going to be limited for some time, and that's going to affect touring bands. That does suck for them.
Yeah, I wonder if venues will be open at all, if there's even a risk. Maybe some like specific like sit-down venues where they can actually
where they can assure physical distancing.
Yeah, otherwise you'd have like I'm just trying to think of like the Opera House or Danforth, and they just have like circles drawn on the ground. It's like, this is your personal circle.
That would be great. I'd go to so many shows.
Oh no, that would. No, I like the mosh pit. That wouldn't do me good. I wouldn't like that. I mean, so yeah, like to me, it's basically like it's like a 0 to 1 kind of thing where like there's nothing going on now, but once we figure out COVID-19, it's just going to be like back to normal. It's probably going to be worse actually, because I imagine what's going to happen is over here we're going to have like 1 million bands coming from over Europe, and they're going to be playing like the same night in 5 different cities, and you're just going to be like, great, who do I go see?
Well, that's what I was talking to Eric from Quebec like last night, and that's what he was saying is people, when shows happen again, people are going to appreciate them. Like, you know, if like we're just like taking shows for granted and just like, oh, I don't feel like going, too tired. And he was saying how like the last time Children of Bodom came through there, he just didn't go because he felt tired, and now he'll like never see it again. And it's like, that sucks. Like, that's a fair point. I never thought about it like that, because I got sick of shows like a few years ago. So it's like,
yeah, I mean, I felt the same way, kind of burnt out from shows, but like Hailstorm comes to Toronto and I go see them. That's just it's easier than not. I could not. I'm clueless.
Not really. So I guess I can say like I got my start in music playing drums in metal bands in the local scene, and I played shows almost every weekend in what you could consider a technical metalcore band. There was a lot of metalcore and deathcore going on at the time. at that time too, there was a really great punk and grunge scene. There were some really cool like grunge bands coming out of Stratford, where I'm from. It was awesome. I really liked that scene more than our scene. Not gonna lie. There were some really cool metalcore bands happening, but like as far as the current scene, I honestly do not know. It's been so long. I've been so disconnected from that sort of thing. I know that there are a few cool like melodic-y, death-y metal bands in the area. I know there's some symphonic metal bands in the area. I don't really know the people outside of my immediate reach, like like Funeral Bell and like like Maiden and Villa, like people who I met in London.
I hear you. Like everyone's not even from Ontario, but they just released an album, and like, good. Like, I don't know. That's all I know. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. We're sort of we're a little bit closed off because we're so not interested in the live aspect. We're kind of just here to make albums and to put out music that hasn't been done before. We're not so big on like hyping up a audience unless that audience is sitting at home on their couch listening to Spotify.
Yeah, man, I can do that. Go listen to Spotify. That's that's the extent of my experience with the Ontario metal scene. Okay, here we go.
So we recently got a guitarist, Matt, who definitely has a unique songwriting and lead style to him. He's very melodic, but in the sort of opethy way. All of the stuff that he does, or a lot of it, it sounds kind of a little more organic. It's less robotic and like choppy than my writing is, which I find cool. It brings some nice balance. We're well into a new album with him at this point. That's kind of the big thing.
His leads are super spicy.
Yeah, they're really cool. They're a lot of fun. They've got a lot of soul to them, especially for the genre that we play.
Yeah, actually, that's a good way to. A lot of soul.
So yeah, that's the big thing. Another album, maybe an EP. Yeah, I don't know, something like that. We're just gonna keep making music because that's what we do.
Yeah. I mean, there will be more music, that's for sure.
Yeah.
We're not gonna stop with that. Probably some videos. Probably. Okay, what else do bands do? Probably not some tours.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Probably
maybe.
not.
Yeah,
maybe if there's like what?
Maybe some like merch, If you guys want merch, we'll do that.
If you guys want shirts, we'll talk about doing another run of shirts. There's not many left. And I think with enough push from people, I would consider playing a show or shows again, as long as we have half the members that we did before, and find just a really solid drummer. I think we'd be fine with that. A bassist, because I'm doing both.
Yeah, that would be. I was wondering how you were going to handle that if that push came to shove.
I'm not even going to be able to handle all the vocal parts I wrote because there's so many where two go at once.
Yeah.
Either going to be you or Matt doing some of them.
I was going to say, we know a guy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We're not completely 100% ruling out shows, but it's not a big priority at all. It's bottom of the list for what we're interested in.
Yeah. Really, why don't you let us know what you want to see, and we'll see how we can make that happen. If we can make that happen, because that's what happened with the CDs.
Yeah, exactly. That's what happened with the CDs. We had no idea people wanted CDs, but enough people asked about it, and we made it happen, and they're still going, which is great. So that's a good point. Yeah, if any of you guys out there, just let us know what you want.
You need a design abstract bumper sticker. We'll get it to you. Right quick. So thanks YouTube for watching this interview. It's been great. We've been here. Thank you to Antichrist magazine for letting us hang out and speak the speak. Don't forget to like and subscribe, leave a comment, ring that bell for notifications. we want it all, all right? So just
Yeah.
unless you don't want to, we're not gonna force you into anything. Go listen to the new album too, because it's great. People are loving it.
Yeah, you have to check out Technotheism if you haven't already. I don't know why you'd sit through this whole thing and not listen to it. That's like a mad lad move right there. But if you did, please check out the album. You'll like it a lot, probably.
Yeah, yeah.